activities. So these activities are already developed in the Android Studio as a template. So you know, just a minute. So guys, we have basic templates here in the Android Studio, right? This template is blank template, and then we have different types of templates here, right? So you can choose any of the template. Like if you have an application related to the Google Map, then you may just choose this app, this template. And if you have any login credential application, you want to develop a login credential, then you can choose this login credential, right? Similarly, we have different types of navigations, setting activities, right? Scrolling activities. So you can choose different types of activities, right? But the important part is if you will install this Android Studio, you need to choose two languages, that is Java and Kotlin, right? If you are familiar with Java, then you may choose Java. Otherwise, you will choose Kotlin, right? So first we will see how to design an interface, how to design different components in the application, right? And then we will see how to program it, right? Because programming is an important part of this Android Studio. But we have different types of tools also available which can be pick and drop by the components, and you may easily drop the components and program it, right? So we have different types of tools. So you can explore those tools also. But I will start from the basic of the studio so that you will be familiar with all the components which is available here, right? So when you will install Android Studio in your system, right, it requires basic specification of the laptop, that is 8 GB of your 8 GB of your RAM, right? And obviously we have 1 TB, 2 TB hard disk, so there will be no any issue. So if you have 8 GB RAM in your system, then it will run smoothly. Otherwise, it will be hang little bit, right? So when you will install this studio, you will open new project. So here you have different options: phone and tablet, Wear OS, Android TV. You can also design application for your Android TV, right? Automotive, if you have any car or any vehicle which have Android support display, then you can uh, make your application for your automotive things, right? Then we have Android things. So we have different types of templates for different types of categories. But we will discuss phone and tablets, right? So here we have two types of templates normally we assume. First is basic activities and no activities, right? So if you will choose basic activities, it will convert into the particular program where you will get all the color and background color white, right? This particular symbol you will get in the application. But if you will choose no activity, then it will open a blank GUI, blank graphical user interface, right? So in these days, you can see in the different types of Android application, we have different types of user interfaces in which we have different types of controls, right? Controls of navigation, drawer controls, right? So many animated parts are there in the Android applications. So you can embed all these features through this studio if you know the programming part. So first we will choose no activity. Then you can see after clicking next, you can see the name of the application. So if I'm just here, any question from anyone? You may ask any question in between the session. There will be no any issue. So if you have any doubt at any step, or if you have any doubt regarding the application or studio, then you may ask a question, right? So we have this portal where we will give a name of the application. That is, if I am just making it for the health, right? So I will write here health. Then we have package name com.example.health. it is very important, so you will not change here anything. Then we have location of this application, right? Then we have language. In the language we have two options, Java and Kotlin. So if you are familiar in Kotlin, then you can choose Kotlin, otherwise you will choose Java. Next important part, Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. So you can see different version of Android here, right? So if you will choose latest version of the Android, then it will run only 1% of the device, because every mobile phone has not this version, right? So if you will choose mid version, and then it will show you percentage 60.8% of devices. It means your application will run in approximately 60.8% of devices. So if you will choose the lower version of Android, then it will support 99.8% of the devices, because the application of Android depend upon the configuration of the mobile which you are using, right? So if you will choose lower version of Android version, then it will execute in all the version of the mobile phone. But if you will choose higher version of Android application, then it will not run in the lower version of Android, right? That's why you need to choose the lower version so that it will run in all the versions. So this is the second step to consider this activities. Then after selecting these things, just finish it. When you will click on finish, then it will start an application, right? So you can see a new window is opened, and here you can see the projects which you choose, right? So here you can see it is loading. It will take few minutes to load if you are starting your Android Studio just. So it will take few minutes to load. Till then, let me tell you about the controls which we will get here. So here we have Android where all the projects are loading right now, which we consider. The Gradle files you can see here, it is building right now, right? We have different types of controls here, right? In the file menu, like the other software, we have new, in which we have new project, import project, right? So if you already make any project, you can import projects here. Then we have open, so you can open projects. Then we have recent projects which we make. So you can see I made so many recent projects. So I will start one of the project, and then I will tell you uh, how to make this type of application, so that you can also see this. You can also make this type of application in the studio. Obviously in 1 hour you cannot learn the complete Android Studio, but it's a glimpse of the software, so that you will be aware that how to start it and how to start learning. Then we have different properties in the file menu. Then we have edit option, right? Like different several software, we have edit options here, in which we can you can edit different types of codes and commands and files, right? Then we have view. Here you can show the project view, favorite, problems. It means the project, resource manager, which component you want to see in the toolbar, in the left and the top toolbar, right? So you can set it through the view. Like you can set the appearance of the software, that how it will look like. Okay. Then we have navigation. So we will see the navigation. So you can navigate your file from one window to another window through this footer. Then we have code. So when we will code it, then it will active, it will be active, and then we will discuss it. Then we have analyze. Analyze means if you have any error and you are in the doubt, then you can use inspect code, right? It will search out the errors and analyze your code, that this code is correct or not. So you can see here the application is loaded here. Now we have three types of files here: manifest, Java, and resource. In the Java file, you may see we have Java files here, in which the package names are there: com.example, com.example.health, and this one, right? If you will click on these files, then you will be able to see this type of things. Then you can see resources, right, where we have XML, IC launcher, right. These are the basic resources which is available here. One more thing which you need to take in the application, just right click on it, go to new, and then you need to take an activity that is basic, sorry, empty activities, right. Why we are choosing it? Because we choose the empty template here in the Android Studio, which embed the basic commands, right. Now we need to take the window where we design all the applications, all the features. So activity is very important, so you will choose an empty activity here. Here you can see we have main activity, that is the name of main activity, right. You will not change this name. Then activity layout is activity underscore main. Then this is the package name, then source name, right. Language is select as Java, and you will just finish it. And you can see the changes when it will generate the source. Right. So let me minimize these things, then you will be able to see it, with what changes it occur. So you can see we have main activity Java, main underscore XML, right. We have these two classes, right. So if you will see this, here we had no any files, but after taking activities, we had main activities, right. Main activity file, that is .java file. Then we have XML file. All the designing part will be done in the XML, right. All the programming part is done in the Java file, right. So in the XML file, we have three options. Means we can say it is three layouts, three different layouts in which we can develop the graphical user interface, right. The first is constraint layout, right. Let me write here so that you will be able to understand the three different layouts which we have in the Android Studio. The first one is constraint layout, which is already by default it is taken here, right. The second one is relative layout, and the third one is linear layout. In these three layouts we work, right, in the Android Studio. So the basic layout is linear layout. So first we will see the linear layout, then if we had the time, then we will see relative layout, and we have constraint layout also. And what is the basic difference between these layouts, right. So linear layout means if you will consider any components, right, like if you will take text box, or if you will take edit box or image view, right, then what will happen, it will arrange linearly either in the vertical direction or in the horizontal direction, right. The components will be fixed according to the first component which you will take, which you will consider in the GUI. According to that, all the components will be arranged in the either in the vertical direction or in the horizontal direction. Second one is relative layout. So you can see here in the relative layout, when you will consider a first component in the window, right? Like if I take it the first component here, then all the components will be relatively arranged according to that. So if you are taking any edit box, then it will be arranged according to the first component which is considered. So let's see how many types of components we had which we can take. So the first is common, in which you can see we have text box, text view, then we have button, then we have image view, then we have recycler view, and what are these controls? So text view. So if you want to show anything in the application, then you will use text view. This text view is static. It cannot be changed. Like if we see in this software, assume that this software is the application, right? So in this software, you may see that we have view, this box, right? In this box, we cannot change the text of this box, right? It's a static text. This is called a static text. It is fixed. We cannot change the text of this box, right? So this is called as text view. So if you will consider text view in the box, then it will not change anything, right? After execution of the program, you cannot change the text. Similarly, if you will consider button, then it will not change any button. Sorry, uh, if you will consider a button, then see, I'm dragging and dropping the components here. So this is a push button. So in the Amazon template, you already seen the buttons where you will get submit option, right? Submit or click here or OK. These types of commands is given on the sub button, right? So you need a push button here, then you will get this push button. So when you will click, right here, this is the editable file. So if you will click after execution, then it will execute your all program which is embedded here in the application, right? So this is button. Similarly, we have image view. Now if you want to show any image, right, if you want to show any image, you can see when I just drop and down this drop down this image. Here we have a dot, small dot. Then you can see we have different types of options for the image, right? So I'm just clicking here and clicking OK. So you can see we have this image. So if you want to show the image of your menu card, show an image of your food menu or your gallery, then you can use image view. It will not change anything, just it will show your image on the application, right? Then we have recycler view. So if you want, let's assume this recycler view also. So if I will just zoom it, then you will be able to see. See, recycler view means if you want to show different items on the application, then you need to take recycler view, right? Then we had different options about fragment container viewer. So I'm just taking it so that you will be okay. Let's leave it because we need to code it. Then we have scroll view. In the scroll view, if you have different components, so many components, and if you want scrolling of the components, then you will use scroll view. It means you have thousands of components and you want to see it in the app, and you can choose any, you want to choose any option in the from the menu, then you will use this scroll view option, right? Then we have switch. I think most of the students use this switch view, right, to switch the mode of the theme, right? In the Google Chrome, in the so many websites, in the Gmail, and in so many applications. If you want to switch any theme to theme, then you can use this. Even in the Amazon shopping cart, you can use this switch. You are using this switch to select your Prime membership, right? If you are Prime membership, then you can select your Prime membership through this switch. So your account is converted into Prime membership, and right. So this type of switch we can use there. So these are the common commands which is here. Then we have text commands, right? In the text commands, you can see we have text view, plain view. If I am taking this text view, then this will look like this. Okay, and you cannot change this text after executing the program. Then we have plain text, we have password option, password numeric. It means if you have a numeric option for the password, then you can choose this box. It can enter only numeric value of the password, not alphanumeric. Then we have emails, right? Then phone, postal address. For different types of text, we have different types of text box, right? And this text box is with the limitations. If I am taking time, then you cannot enter here after execution of the program. You cannot enter here any other text, right? It will enter only time. Similarly, we have different types of commands here, right, for the text box. So what is the application? It's depend upon you that which option you will choose. Any question, guys? Any doubt?
No, sir.
I'm just
Sir,
discussing
is
that.
there like a way if you have like designed something in like like a designing software like XD to quickly like make it in like an Android Studio? Is like there a way to do that?
No, you need to write little bit programs there also to convert it into the Android Studio application, right?
Yes, sir.
Or if it is giving you the Android Studio application after the graphical user interface, then it will be a paid service. Few companies are there who are offering this type of platform on which you can design your Android application, and through the payment you can convert it into the Android Studio. One of my friend is designing a software like this on which you can design your Android applications, right, without any program. Just you need to pick and drop the components on this type of layout which you want, and you can create the graphics there. And then when you will submit that graphics, then that company will convert it into the Android Studio program. So they will give you the complete application in Android Studio, right? But that is the paid services which they are providing right now, and they are developing the software in which you can directly convert the GUI to Android Studio application, right? This particular software is available right now, but it is paid. It is a commercial software right now. So many commercial softwares are there through which you can make Android applications, right? If you will ask me, then I can tell you one of the website of the company which is already working on Android Studio. If you can see the Google Chrome interface, and okay, actually after running this Android Studio, everything is gets slower. AppYourself.net is the website which is offering this type of platform where you can pick and drop your components and you can design your application, right? AppYourself.net is one of the companies. So we have different types of tools available online through which we can create the application. So you can see this is the first uh, interface which you can design, this type of interface. You can embed all the features here. You have a limited options in the free version, but if you will pay them, then they will give offer you more features. So you can design your application here, and they will convert this application into Android application for you. Clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So the next one is buttons, right? So we have different types of features, we want to provide different types of features in the Android applications, right? It's depend upon your creativity that how you use these type of controls. So somebody wants to use simple button just like this button which I use here, right? In which we had a background color blue and the white text there. Then just I will just write here submit, right? That's it. So I want to give this type of commands to the user, to my user, right? So that it will be clearly, crystal clear that this is the submit button. You need to submit your data here, right? Few creative developers use different types of uh, graphics here, right? You can use image for the submit, right? You can symbolically represent the submit process through image or through any other graphics, right? So if you want any image in the background of the submit button, then you will use this image button, right? Let me take it. If I am using this here, size of the button is little bit. So orientation of the button is changed. So if you want to use the image button, okay, it will change. So many components are there on the graphics. That's why it is creating problem to change the orientation.
So for like buttons, would it not be better to like use icons?
Yes, you can also use icons. I'm just going through this, then I will tell you how to use these icons and images. So if you have a button and if you want to use icon, then you need to choose image according to that. If you will choose image of the icon, it will convert into an icon, right? Like if you want to use emoji or thumbs up, right? Then you may use here in the image button. It will convert into a icon, into an image which you provide there, right? It's a square shape image, that's why it takes square shape. If you will import here thumbs up, then it will convert into thumbs up, right? Then we have groups. So if you want to create group of the buttons, right, then you can use this, right? If you will take this, you can see this is a different graphics of the button which we take. Like if you will use color palettes in the paint, in the paint software we have color palettes, right? So if you want to use color palettes in the application, then you can use this type of groups or a single chip. It will provide you color palettes. So just change the background color of this chip. Like if you want green color palette, then you can use green color family chip, right? And when user will click on this chip, right, it will choose the green color or the respective color which you will provide here. Then we have checkbox. You know about the checkbox. If you have multiple menus and if you want to select the particular items from the menu, then you may select it through the checkbox. So we have this option checkbox. This type of box we have, right? So you can change the text of the checkbox according to your choice. Then we have radio groups and radio buttons. So radio buttons make radio groups. If you have more than one choices, then you will use more than two choices, then you will use radio group, right? So radio buttons, you are using these type of buttons. This is radio buttons. You can see, right? Like in the Amazon, you can use this type of radio buttons. You can choose either you are a student or faculty. If you will choose faculty, then it will go to the faculty login portal, and if you will choose student, then it will go to the student login portal, right? So if you have two options in which you want to select one of those two items, then you will use this radio buttons. Or if you have more than two options, four or three options, but you have only one choice to choose, then you may use this radio button. But checkbox is used for the multiple selection. If you have more than one answers as correct, then you will use checkbox there. You will not use radio button. But out of four answers, if you want to choose one only, then you need to use radio buttons there. So in every examination, objective type examination, you need to use this type of radio buttons, right? Then we have this toggle switch. Okay, this toggle switch is on or off switch. So if you will click it on this toggle switch, it will convert into a state like on state, and it will remain in the on state. It will not work as a push button, like if you will push it, it will change the state, then it will come back from that state. No, the toggle button work in one state at a time. If you will click it, then it will turn off your lights. If you will click again, then it will turn on your light, right? And it will remain turn on until the next event is occur. Like if you will select again, then only it will turn off, right? So toggle switch, toggle two states, on or off. Clear? So right now I'm discussing the controls here, so that you will be aware that which type of controls we had. We can create any graphics through these controls. Then we have switch. We already discussed the switch, I think. Then we have floating action button. Let's take it. Floating action button. See, this is a floating action button, right? If you will select this button, it will go to the means the plus sign which you've seen in the template. If I will choose here new again, then you can see the plus sign here. This is the floating button, or floating button. If you will click on this button, it will add a window in your application, right? So this is the floating button. So you can use this type of button for your application if you need it. Then we have widgets. So you heard about the widgets, guys? If you will see in the Android, any Android phone, we have different types of widgets there, right? So these are the widgets which you can add. Right now I had lots of commands here, so I need to delete one by one so that we can go next. Okay, we had space right now here, so we can use this space. Then we have widgets in which we can use view. View is for anything. If you want to show any message, or want to show any text here, then you can use view. Then we have image view. If you want to show any image, then you can use this image view. We already used this. Then we have web view. Like if you open the website, a small video is running, right? A small web page is running there. It opens the small web page in the corner of the application. That is through web view, right? Then we have video view. If you want to execute run any video, like if you have any video of your organization, if you will turn on that particular application, and you want that when user turn on this application, you will get, as he or she will get this video, right? So when you will open application, it will execute it. Or if you want user control, then you can also give user control there. Then we have calendar view, right? So in the calendar view, you can show different types of calendar. We have different types of calendar views. See, this type of calendar you have, so you can select any of the date from this calendar. You already use this type of controls in your application. Then we have progress bar. If you are opening any application and it is taking so much time, then this type of progress bar running in the application, right? Then the second progress bar is this. Horizontally you saw, if I am just increasing the size of this, then you will be able to see. Horizontally it will show the progress of the application, right? Then we have seek bar. So we have different types of controls in the Android Studio according to um, and according to the progress you can select. Okay, seek bar is little bit different, guys. It's also show the progress bar, but if you want to provide a zoom feature, then you can use this seek bar, right? So just give me a minute. Few students are asking about the class. So Sigba, if you want a zoom feature in the graphic in the user interface, like if we just increase the status of this dot, right, then this image will be zoomed, right? Then you can use this sig bar. Then we have ratings, right? Ratings you know very well. Every application is asking about the ratings: 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, right? Then we have search view. If you want to provide a search option in the top of the application or bottom of the application, then you can use search view. Then we have texture view. So different types of controls we had one by one. If you will see it, then you will be able to design a very good interface for the user, right? Then we have different layouts. So we talked about the linear layout, right? Then we have frame layout, table layout, table row. So linear layout means this window will convert in three different columns, right? This linear layout, it means it will convert into three different rows, right? So if you want to categorize any particular menu or any item in the complete layout, then you can use this linear layout of vertical and horizontal, right? Then we have frame layout. If you want to show any content in a frame, right? If you have an image and if you want to show it in a frame and with few controls, then you can use this frame layout. The benefit of these layouts are, if you will use this frame layout and in this frame layout you will use these components, right? Then through a small command you can hide the complete frame, right? It means it will hide the complete frame, or you can apply any command in the complete frame. You doesn't need to apply commands in each content of the frame, right? And this is the benefit to use this frame. Like if I am just embedding this control here in the frame, embedding this control in the frame, inside the frame, then if I will give the command to this frame, this layout, then it will hide these two controls also. And you can see when it is outside the frame, these two components, it is arranged anywhere where we want, right? But if I'm just putting it inside this linear frame, then this frame is arranged linearly. See, it is not see, if I want to put it here, it cannot. Through the proper margin and program, we can move it from here, right? Why? Because this is a linear frame out, linear layout. So this component arranged according to the previous one. So if I want to adjust this component here, then I need to give a proper margin, then only it will arrange here. Otherwise, all the components will be overlapped. Okay, so we need to take care about it. Then we have containers, right? So through these controls, you can see scroll view, horizontal scroll view, nested scroll view, right? Card view. So we have different types of components here through which you can see we can design our application, right? Whatever the feature you want to provide to the user, you can just consider the respective control and you can program it. Okay, then we have Google services in which we have map view. So if you want to add Google map in your application, then you can use this map view, or you can also add your advertisement here through Google, right? Then we have legacy, grid layout, list view, tab horse, relative, and grid view. So if you have multiple components, like if you are using gallery, and if you have so many pictures in the gallery, you want to show the thumbnails of the picture, then you will use grid view. Right, according to the application, you can use relative layout, where all the components will be relatively arranged according to your controls. Similarly,
So
list
would it be
view.
like possible to make a horizontal like scrolling grid view of like the only the first row, so that is like a product scrolling on like Amazon or like some websites where
Yes,
you like
yes, yes.
where you do horizontal scrolls to like search to
Yes,
like
if
browse.
you will use horizontal scrolls, right, then you can use this horizontal scroll. There will be no any issue, right? According to the controls, and you can write the program for the scrolling. Then you can use this type of scrolling. See, guys, you can manipulate these commands according to you, right? You can use different types of commands here, but you need little bit programming so that you can program it according to it.
So then which language would you suggest like for a
Java,
beginner? Java.
Java, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And it's very easy, right? It's not
Okay, sir.
very difficult. So I will open an application right now after this introduction, and you will see the programming is not very difficult in this Android Studio. You may also develop your application, right? So we have different
Sir,
types of controls. Yes, what's this?
sir, there are languages like Dart and Flutter, which makes because they are a mix of other languages, it can be more easier and it's cross-platform also. So
Right now we have so many languages in this development phase, right? And different companies try, like if we the basic language, if we talk about the basics, then we have two or three basic language, right? Like Java, you can use Java, Python, and then Kotlin, right? And if we talk about Mac OS, then they will not use this Android Studio. They are not using this Android Studio, right? They have their own version. If we talk about the Google, then they are using this Android version. We have Android phones also. Then few languages are there in which we can design this type of applications very easily without programming. And few languages also are there which is very easy to learn, right? But you need a basic programming language to learn those programs. And C, C++, Java is the basic language. You need you need to learn these languages so that you can understand all the commands, syntax of the program, how the program work, how the compiler work, right? So if we will talk about anything, any language, then yes, it is existed. There will be no any issue. You can use those language if you know about that. Is that clear?
yes, sir.
Yeah. So right now we are in the design view, right? I'm just designing here. I'm just putting all the components here. Now let me show you what is happening in the background of this application which we are considering it, right? So I am just clicking on split mode, and I'm showing you that what is happening here, when I was taking these components, right? If we talk about the text view, then you can see we have this switch checkbox. Means Android Studio write a basic commands for these components which we considered here. You can see for the buttons we have basic commands, right? So in the Android Studio we have two parts. The first part is the graphics part which we are creating right now, and these commands are of the graphics part, right? If we are taking this component, I'm just deleting, I will delete it, then see the program has been deleted. If I will delete this one, then it is deleted, right? So we had two parts. The first one is graphics part which we are taking right now. Now the second one is Java part. Here we have no any programs right now. All the programs are there in this window. That is called XML, which is related to the graphics. So we created the graphics of our application right now. You can see the graphics here. According to the controls, we have different graphics. So once you will just make your graphics, your graphical user interface here, then you can go for the programming to add some feature in the application. These components are static right now. If I will click on the submit, there will be no any action performed. If I will select radio buttons, okay, it will select, but it will not perform any action in the application, right? So this is the static graphical user interface which you will design for the user. Now, if you want to add functionality, then you need to program here for the in the Java file. Then only you can provide functionality to the application. Like okay, like that's why we need to combine. We need to bind these graphical user interface through the programming, right? Okay, what I am missing right now? Okay, nothing. So I hope you understand these things, the basic commands in the Android Studio. If you have any doubt, you may ask. Then we will go to an application because we have lack of times right now. So we will go to an application which is already developed. Okay. So here you can see uh, I just took a text box, select time, right? And a submit button. And we had a image view. Here you can see the image view, right? Then we have choose your theta static text, that is called as text view, right? Then we have radio buttons. You can see I just take radio group and we have 4 radio buttons here. So it's a basic application which we created, right? And how it will look like, I will tell you. So it's a basic GUI. The functionality of this application is I go in the reverse format, right? Like if you want to book a ticket of any movie, then you go to the application book my show, you select the movie, and the application give you time, right? Application give you time that on which time you want to see this movie and in which theater. So application give you theaters, right? So you can choose the theater and you will get the timing of the theater, that in which theater your time is matching, and you can book your ticket there. I just reverse the process. First I will select time in which I am free. If I am free at 3 o'clock, then I will select here 3, and I will submit this 3 time through the submit button, right? Then at this time, how uh, which movie is available in the theater, right? Which movie in the available in different theaters. So I will just I will just click on submit and it will show me different movies option, right? And then I will select the movie. When I will click on movie, then it will show me the theater, the respective theater, that in which theater I can see the movie. And it means if I am selecting a time slot 3 and I am submitting it, then it will show me a movie list, movie poster, where all the where the movie all the movies are there. And if I will select the poster, then it will show me the nearest theater or the respective theater where movie is running on, right? So a little bit different, little bit reverse process which is available in the market. So it's just a demo application, not for the commercial use. So this is the application which I designed. Now you can see we have this select button. So we have activity.java and we have main activity, that is Java file, right? So each component is defined in the Java file, each component. So I am showing you how to design. First, I will show you the code of this graphics. So I consider relative layout. In the previous demo, there was constraint layout, but in this application, I choose relative layout. So in the relative layout, you can see we just give the layout of width, height, bottom, the left margin. It means you can see the left margin here, right and left margin, the padding from the top side, right? So this is the main layout. If I select it, yes. So you can see this is the main layout which I just selected here, right? Then the first one is edit text, because I need to choose time here. I need to insert time. So I'm just taking edit text here. So you can see the edit text here. I'm taking ID. ID is very important because when you will call this command to from your code, from your program, then you need to define ID there. Every ID should be unique, right? And because this particular control can be called only through the ID to the main Java file, right? It will be called through this ID. So ID is very important. Then we have width, height, margin, top, and background. Whatever you want, the width of the control, then height of the control, then margin from top. So I just take 5 dp from the top, right? Then background color, I just take this background color. I think you know about this code, color code. We have 6-digit color code for every color. You can select the color through color pick, and you can take the code through color pick software. Then we have hint. It means here, if I will just keep it blank, then you will not know that which type of functionality it will perform, right? So we need to define here that what feature this text box is offering to the user. So I just write here select time. So through this select time, when I will click, I will open this application, then user will definitely know that okay, I need to select time here. So if you will, I will click here, then it will show me time. Then text color, when I will select the time, then the color, the text will be appear here, and text should be visible and attractive. So I choose the color according to the background. Then we have text size. It should be a comfortable size so that it will not show very odd कि ये बहुत बड़ा दिख रहा है, and it should be very small, right? Should be visible. Then text style is bold, so I am using bold style here, right? Then the second control is button. So you can see again I defined ID here, button. Then I defined layout width, layout height. Wrap content is the control where the text will be wrapped according to the box. If I will write here submit, then it will wrap the box according to this character, right? If I will write here little bit larger commands, then it will arrange the size of the box according to the text, right? Or if you want to change the background color through the of this control, then you can also change the background color from here. हाँ. Okay, 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 okay. Right. So guys, we had lack of time right now, so I need to go fast with this app so that you can see the controls. So we have image button here. So we just design the image button, and you can see the same commands are there: ID, layout, width, right? And background color, margin from top. These things are there. Similarly in the text view and in the radio groups. So we just arrange all the components here. According to the components, we program it, right? So first we need to define all the components here in the program, right? Movie name, these are the variables which we assume in the program, right? These are the variables type like time, button, string type, then image button is image, text view. So these are the data types and these are the variable names which is considered here. We take 4 movies here, right? 4 movie name. So you can choose 4 movie according to your time, right? Then we have this program. So we will discuss this program in the next session, because in 1 hour session you cannot understand everything in the Android Studio. So it's just a glimpse of the Android Studio, so that uh, it will be an introduction, so that if you will go through the Android Studio, then you will know the basic commands, that how it starts and what we should do. And we have so many tutorials on YouTube, so you can also refer those tutorials. So here I'm ending the session. Android Studio hang my system completely. Let me close it, then we will discuss. Okay, fine. Exit. Okay. So guy, am I audible, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, I'm pasting another link here so that you will be able to join the class. Just a minute. After running Android Studio, my system has been hacked. It always happens. So just wait a minute. एकता मैम Okay. Students, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, guys, I'm just pasting a link in the chat box, so you can join this link.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I can't access the chat box.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the case with everybody.
I am also not able to access the chat box.
Fine. Fine. You are from UX design.
No, sir. I am from CSC department.
So UX design students, I posted a link in the chat in the WhatsApp, so you can join that link also. Okay, you are not able to access the chat box. Fine. Let me. Okay. Yes, sir. Please